Happy to bring on our third member of Morning Cup of Hockey, fresh off of the first ever game in Utah, Chicago Blackhawks forward Pat Maroon. Pat, I know the game didn't go your guys' way, but I'm curious just to hear about what Utah was like as a road environment, road city. It really looked cool on TV, and I'm wondering what it was like being out there because it looked like a playoff environment in game one.
Yeah. Let's just start. You being late. You guys don't know the time.
Yeah, I mixed up the time zone, so I fucked up off the bat here. So sorry about that, Pat.
No, but I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. It was packed. The fans were wild. They were very loud. Seems like the city has a lot of buzz around the Utah Hockey Club. So the environment was great. The facility was awesome. Obviously, the seating arrangements were, I think, pretty bad for some people behind the net.
Obstructed view or whatever.
Yeah. But it seems like they're fixing that for fans. I think he's doing that next summer. But the buzz around the rink, the owner just seems like a great guy, loves the team. He's passionate about the players. Just talking to Portuzo after the game, just seems like, he's in it and he wants the best for the players. So, but the fans were great. Environment was awesome. They were loud. I feel like it's going to be like that all season long. So, obviously it was a tough start for us. But I thought the first period was just okay. I thought the second and third period, though, I thought we took it to them. I thought, we had opportunities. We hit 3 posts, two empty nets.
I think 5 posts actually.
5 posts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we had those. Bertuzzi missed that one. The goalie made a pad save. Kurashev missed that one, and then Halsey, Donato in the second period. We
you
had
fed Donato
chances
on that one too, right?
Yeah. We had chances on all of those, and I think just didn't capitalize on them. But it's growing. We have a lot of new faces on our team. I really liked our effort in the second and third. That's good to see, and I think most importantly, new faces. Guys are still trying to get in it, trying to find ways around lines. Everyone's trying to find their way. So tough loss for us, but I liked our response in the second and third, and I liked our compete in the third to make it interesting, and almost Bertuzzi almost ties it up with 1:30 left off the post. So we had our chances to bring it to overtime, but you learn from those, and you kind of move forward, and we look at video.
I'm kind of curious what it was like though the night before, because I imagine not many of you guys had been to Utah before or Salt Lake City. Like I've never been there personally, and I imagine there aren't, outside of hockey and skiing, no offense to the city, many reasons to go there. So exploring a new city, trying to find a restaurant or like a steakhouse to go to for a night before a game kind of meal. What was that like for you guys?
It was good. Our team set up a team dinner with everyone, staff, and everyone at STK. So there's an STK in town. The city looks beautiful. We're going into Park City today. A couple of the guys to kind of hang out, explore. I'm looking forward to it. It's beautiful here. It's going to be like 80 degrees. I'm looking forward to it. I think Utah is going to be a great visiting, road city to visit.
I apologize for the New York City siren background. I'm not sure if you're picking up on that.
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. But yeah, I'm happy you guys found a good spot, though.
I think guys will love it. I think road teams will love playing here and love just exploring the city.
I don't want to focus too much on the game, but the broadcast was really highlighting you and Liam O'Brien. And I saw you guys line up next to each other for your first shift. And, I saw you give him a nice little bump there into the boards when the puck wasn't really near him. That was it was nice the refs didn't pick up on that one. But was that something that was going on in your mind throughout the game? Because I know he obviously is a guy who wants to put on a show in his first game in front of the new fans. And I'm sure you didn't want to give him that, right? Like, is that something that's being talked about?
No, I would have gave it to him right away. I asked him to go.
So, you did?
I mean, yeah. So I don't know what his intentions were, but Liam's a competitor. I mean, you got to give it to him. Like, he's not that big. He'll stick in and fight anyone he wants, and seems like he gets that team going a lot. You kind of tip your cap to guys like that, but Nothing against him. I don't know.
Mhm.
Going, a new barn, new team in town, but that just goes with, I don't know. So, I mean, sometimes it's all weird though, like,
Yeah.
uh, with all that stuff,
Like
you
picking
just
and
don't,
choosing your
you
spots,
think,
right?
you're going to fight, but then you don't fight. So it's like, it's hit or miss sometimes, but, like I said, he's a competitor. He plays hard. He fights anyone and anyone. I don't think it was like a no answer. I think it was just he wanted to play maybe and just get the juices flowing, get
Yeah.
into it a little bit.
And I'm assuming you weren't mic'd up in the end of the game?
No, I was not.
I don't wanna ask what was being said, but you were definitely letting the bench hear it. Curious what kinda just, like, led to that.
Well, he was staring at our bench, and I just
That was
didn't
him?
appreciate that. And I for that reason, I don't know, like whatever happened with Keller and Murph, and then uh, what was the other guy's name? Dries.
I'm blanking on who it was at the end of the game
Whoever
there.
Murphy fought, the defenseman number 50 there. He was
Oh,
just staring at the
Jersey, right?
what?
Sean Jersey, I believe it was.
Yeah. So he was just staring at our bench, and like, sometimes it's like fuck you, like don't fuck. It's you guys won. Like you guys got an empty
Yeah,
net. Congratulations. Like, don't act tough and stare at a bench. Like, and I don't take I don't appreciate that. Like, you're disrespecting our team one, and you're staring at us like you're gonna do something and be tough. Like, just go away. Like, if
yeah,
you guys got your empty net, get off the ice. Whatever. So I just kind of snapped. You're showing disrespect to our team, and I didn't like what he was doing um, in that moment. And I think it's out of respect, to be
yeah,
honest with you. And whatever, if you staring at Murph, staring at our team, like, just get away. Like, don't even stare at a bench and like be cool and act tough. Like, if you're gonna do something, like, come over the bench or
yeah,
go grab Murph again. Like, that's my taking on it. So um, it is what it is. It's over.
yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah, and it looked like there was also one play, and I'm sorry, I don't wanna harp on this game too much, I just had one more question about it,
No, you're good.
where, Foligno took a tough hit, it looked like, and Bedard actually came up to defend him. Obviously Connor didn't drop his gloves or anything, but seeing that out of him, it seems like he's been, a little chippy in the preseason. Is that something that's caught you by surprise? Because it seems to be picking up a little bit as the games
Yeah,
go on here.
I think it's great. I think it's great. That shows he's into the game. He's
Mhm.
emotionally engaged. He's intense. I think he's just playing the game hard. He's getting to the dirty areas. He's fighting back when guys are pushing him around, and I think that's great to see. I think he's starting. It's his second year. He's starting to realize he's gonna. People are out to get him, right? Not in a dirty way, but they're going to be
Yeah.
playing hard against him. They're going to be in his face, and I
So it's
think
not
he.
just because he knows you have him backing him up.
I don't think so. No, because Fliggy's really tough too.
Yeah.
Like, I think Nick Foligno's really tough. So I don't think that's the case. I think he's just maybe it's like when Connor and McKinnon and Cooch and all those guys give it back, right? So it's like
Mhm.
you saw Cooch in the preseason, stick up for his teammates. I think it's little things like that. They're just emotionally engaged in the game, and they know people are, coming. They're going to be after him. They're going to be in their face all night, and I think he's starting to get used to that, and fighting back and getting more engaged into the game. But yeah, I think it's great to see.
Yeah, and, with this road trip, I think you guys have 3 games left on it, right? You go to Winnipeg, Edmonton, and Calgary, and, being it is that you are a veteran, I'm sure you've had your fair share of seasons that start out on the road, start out at home. Is this something that you prefer with a new team to be on the road to start the year so you can get to know the new guys? And, is there anyone that you've, really kinda taken under your wing here in the first couple travel days?
No, I think it's great. Yeah, I think starting on the road's good. Obviously, we have a tough schedule, so obviously we have to focus on one game at a time here. Um, but yeah, it's better to maybe start on the road with a lot of new faces on the team. Get to know the guys a little bit. Enjoy a team dinner. Build that camaraderie around the group. Around the room. Make guys feel a little more comfortable. Because when you're at home, guys have families.
Yeah.
It's hard for guys to get away to go do things with the boys. So I think this is a great way to get everyone involved now and get that camaraderie in the room. So I think it's going to be good for us being on the road here and, doing some little team bonding stuff. So
Any pranks yet?
Not yet, but I'm sure
Not yet.
there'll be a couple in this room. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, that's awesome. I can't wait to see the first one. But a big theme of today's episode was, and I'm not sure, you can be honest, like, I'm not sure if you've been following it or not, the NCAA and CHL like merging, where CHL players are now going to be eligible to play in the NCAA. And I know you played junior hockey, didn't go the college route, but what would be your, I guess, initial thoughts on these two leagues merging? Because it seems like it might be a disadvantage for the American players, obviously a big advantage for the Canadian players, but curious if there's any talks about it in the locker rooms and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much turnover though, in my opinion. Listen, like if you're a great player going to the OHL, I mean, it's a great league, or you're going to a CHL, the Q, the Dub, whatever. You're going to any program that's in the CHL. Listen, I think it's going to be great for overagers that played their fourth year and they're aging out of juniors, that they have an opportunity that, one overager comes in and puts up the numbers, but he never got drafted. He has an opportunity now, instead of going to Canadian college, he has an opportunity to go American college, play Division I, maybe play another 4 years, and, keep producing, keep developing, and then, he's out at 24 years old, and then he can go play pro. I think it'll expand guys' careers a little bit more that are in the CHL in that sense, where guys that go and like I said, like overagers or, third year guys that, didn't really get drafted, or maybe didn't, haven't really sniffed a lot.
Yeah. I
feel like those are the guys that are going to go to Division I. I think guys are set on either going to the CHL or college, That's my take on it. I think right now college route is the best way to go, in my opinion. Like I said, I have a son in the game right now that's playing. He's 16. I think, the developing of playing 2 years of juniors, of going as a true freshman, if that happens, and then you have 4 more years to develop, I think it's better. But now, like I said, it could change a lot in that sense, where if you go to the doesn't really work out after 4 years, now you go play college, and then you have another 4 years. To me, I think that's great for the game, because you're expanding the game a little bit more, and then, you get more eyes on you too, in that sense of, like, if you, do well or just an average player in the O, then you go to the college and you do better and your game kind of takes off. You keep developing in that sense. I think that's great for the game, because I think it's going to be a win-win for either side, CHL or NCAA. I think you're going to get guys that are on the bubble of that sense, that are 40-point, 50-point guys, or an overager that lights it up and then, doesn't sign anywhere and goes to college. I think it can go both ways in that sense. So I'm really looking forward to see what happens and where this goes, because I'm really interested by it.
Yeah, same here. I'm sure it'll be a talking point throughout the entire season as well. And Pat, I want to thank you again for hopping on today. I know we'll be in touch every week here. You guys got a couple of road games heading up, so safe travels, and we'll talk to you next week, all right?
Yeah, must be nice. Kobe has a nice day off today, huh?
He's doing the Daily Faceoff live, so he's filling in for a different show. So not a total day off, but we can give him shit anyway for it. But and he'll be happy that I back him up.
I appreciate it, buddy.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Saravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.